Welcome back to Savage Talk. I'm JT Savage. I know I said you shouldn't watch it, but we're going to get into Moon Knight. Moon Knight? Moon Knight? Moon Knight. Why, you may ask? Well, because it wasn't as bad as I was told it was, for one. Maybe in episode 3, it turns to complete shit. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Spoiler alert, this review is going to contain heavy spoilers, just to be warned. You've been warned. But it wasn't that bad. And I feel we've all become too jaded and negative about everything because so many of these companies have abandoned good storytelling and bastardized franchises we love, to push their leftist, Marxist, New World Order agendas, honestly. So, we pick up shortly where we left off last episode. Steven wakes up at his flat. That's what the English call an apartment, just so you know. Steven thinks everything that happened in the museum was a dream, and he goes back to work to find out whether or not it was. He talks to the security guard there, who always gets his name wrong. Maybe it's because Steven is such a cuck, or, maybe he shows up there as Scotty in a different personality. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. We see lots of police tape and people, cordoning off areas. So obviously something actually did go down there. So they go over the video feed, from the night before to see what actually went down. So Steven keeps expecting to see the Jackal Demon chasing him, but all we see is Steven going from place to place. And then at the end, he comes out and he looks into the camera all serious. And he realizes that that's not him looking back at him in the feed. That's somebody else, Mark, of course. So he gets called into HR shortly after that, where they tell him he needs some mental help. And they also let him go and take back his badge and send him on his way. Steven uses this time to find a storage locker. I don't remember if he had a key or how the storage locker came into play. But anyway, he goes to all the different storage lockers in town because he doesn't know which one he came from because as far as he's concerned, it wasn't him that went to them in the first place. When he finds the right locker, which is number 43, you'll see that there's a little QR code on it, and you can actually scan this QR code for a free copy of Werewolf by Night number 32. Which actually has Moon Knight in it. So that's kind of cool. You get a free comic if you scan that code. So in the storage locker, he finds a cot, a bag with guns, money, and a passport. Mark Spector's passport, to be precise, which says he's from the United States. Steven, of course, has an English accent. So it's kind of weird, right? His new personality has an English accent. Steven starts talking to the shiny walls inside the storage unit. Looking for Mark to answer back, which he does. And he tells him not to call Layla about this situation. He says it would put her life in danger if she's brought into this about the scarab, because the scarab is also in the bag. I think I forgot to mention that. So Mark tries to convince Steven to let him take back over so he can finish what he started, and then it'll all be over soon enough for him once he, gets done with the scarab, whatever he needs to do with it. Of course, Steven, being Steven, takes the bag and run and, says he's going to go tell the police like a little cuck boy that he is. But then Khonshu shows up in the storage place and basically scares the shit out of him. Steven keeps running until he runs outside and he runs into Layla because Layla was tracking his phone, which I guess makes sense, right? So Layla is like, why are you putting on this British accent? What is this whole thing about? Like, you undercover something? Like, why are you doing this? This is very strange. And Steven's like, come back to me flat and I will show you what is going on. And they get to talking and Steven starts speaking French because she picked up a book, and he starts reciting back to her a poem in French. And then she notices that he's studying hieroglyphs, and Steven starts going into the spiel about, hieroglyphs are about the Iranian alphabet. And she's like, yeah, I know. This is all stuff I do. This is not stuff you do. So this is really where you start to understand that the whole Steven persona may be just a construct to help Mark deal with the fact that he had to leave Layla in order to keep her safe. So he's like taking on her personality traits and her interests to, like, I guess keep her alive in his mind, or somehow just split off into another persona, which is the Steven persona, I guess. So she tells him, you know, are you going to sign the divorce papers? And he's like, divorce papers? I would never divorce you. What are you, crazy? You know, she's cute, and she's into all the things that he is, because that's how he was made. So anyway, while they're figuring things out, the police show up, and they end up arresting Steven because they find the bag with the money and the guns and the passport that says Mark Spector on it, which is clearly not Steven, I think, Grant. On the way over there, Steven finds out that Mark is a wanted fugitive for murdering people execution style and all sorts of other crimes. So basically, Steven vows to never let Mark take over again because he's a bad person. But you soon find out that these police may actually not be police, or at least they're not police doing their job. They're working for the Ethan Hawke character, and they take him somewhere other than the police station. So the Ethan Hawke character starts talking to Steven, inviting him into the community, showing them that he teaches all these people to be closer to nature, and they all have jobs like cooking and gardening and whatnot. And they all need to learn 3 different languages so they get more cultured. So we find out that Ethan Hawke's character used to be the avatar for Khonshu, but now he works for Ahmet. Now, Khonshu, judges the souls after they die usually, and Ahmet judges people, as they've committed crimes or even before they'll commit crimes. So basically, Ahmet will judge you before you even done anything wrong, which is like Marvel's version of Minority Report with Tom Cruise. Speaking of Tom Cruise, it is rumored that Tom Cruise will be joining the Marvel Universe soon in who knows what project, but it's heavily rumored to be the new Doctor Strange movie, and he might be taking up the variant of Tony Stark, Iron Man, which in this I think he would probably be the superior Iron Man, which is a story for another day. So Steven questions Ethan Hawke, saying, so you judge people before they've even committed a crime. So do you judge babies? Do you kill babies? So Ethan Hawke starts giving him a spiel about, the guilty, blah, 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 blah. So basically he's saying, yeah, we kill babies too. Of course, Steven is heavily offended by this, but I'm surprised that Disney is making something about this subject when they seem to support the grooming of 5 to 7-year-olds in school to teach them about, all kinds of sexual things, orientation, and any kind of sex to a 5 or 7-year-old, which is, by the way, kindergarten to 3rd grade, which they shouldn't be being taught about anything about sex during school. But, that's the hill that Disney wants to die on these days. So, that's that as far as Disney goes. Anyway, I digress. So Steven informs Ethan Hawke's character that he doesn't have the scarab, to which point they all start gathering around him to basically take him out, or to either force him to tell him who has the scarab or to kill him. Probably both. And then Layla shows up. She's like, I got it. What's up? So basically, she grabs Steven, tells him to bring out the suit, and they want to make a run for it. Steven, of course, has no idea how to bring out the suit, and they make a run for it. And Ethan Hawke summons one of those jackal demons to chase them. So as they're making a run for it, Steven finds the will to summon the suit, even though Mark's like, let me take over. And Steven's like, nah, dude, you're a bad dude. So Steven summons a suit, not the suit. So basically, he's in the Mr. Knight version of Moon Knight, where he's basically in the suit. He's like, what the hell is this? Mark's like, what the hell is this? He's like, what? I thought you said a suit. As in a suit and tie suit. And Mark's like, hey, let me take over, man. You're not cut out for this. He's like, nah, I got this. And he clocks it. The jackal thing gets all excited and then promptly starts to get his ass whooped. More people are getting dragged into this as it's brought out into the streets. And Mark's like, look, bro, more people are going to get hurt or killed. You got to let me take over. So Steven begrudgingly accepts, And then we finally get to see Moon Knight in action. And Moon Knight kicks the hell out of the damn Jackal and kills it in a cool way. And it's a short little battle scene, but it was pretty cool. And it looked better. I have to say it looked better than the CG in the first episode. So the CG, I would say, got a little better. It's still not the best, but the angles and everything, it was a little better. It was that's why I'm making the review, because it wasn't terrible. Okay, that's honestly why we're talking about this. So after the battle, Mark realizes that he lost the Scarab in the fight, and Khonshu gets pissed, and he's like, "Look, man, you lying to me, you failing me. You told me you could control this dude. You can't do anything." And Mark's like, "I got this, bro. I promise you." And he's like, I'll take care of it, and then I could be done." And Khonshu's like, "Hey, if you're done, there's somebody else who can take your place, who's ready. I got, set up to take your place." And he's talking about Layla, which is why apparently Mark wanted to divorce and leave Layla in the first place, to keep her safe from Khonshu. So Mark's like, "I got this," and Steven's like, "Hey, let me out. And now you can see Steven trapped in the reflection for the first time. And he's never been conscious in the reflection before while Mark was taking over. And he quickly learns that it's not pleasant, and he doesn't want to be there. And basically Mark doesn't say, but he's like, "Yeah, I know how you feel, buddy. That's where I've been." But he's like, "Yeah, I'm not letting you out, dude. I got to take care of this." And then the episode ends with Mark waking up in Egypt. Okay, so we're bringing this to Egypt because Mark said, he's going to handle it. So either he's going to try and get the Scarab back, or beat them to the punch and get, I guess, the Amet's tomb to stop her from being resurrected. And that's where we end up. And that's where we leave off. And I have to say, it wasn't a bad episode. And I'm sure other people are not going to agree with that because, again, it's easy to be judgmental on these shows. And if anyone deserves it, it's Disney. But honestly, it wasn't that bad a show. And that's why I talked about it. Okay. Until next time, JT Savage out. You have a good day. Like the video and subscribe to the channel, please. That's the only way I'm going to build and grow this and be able to continue to do it and bring you, bring you reviews and other things. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.